Hi, this is Red Robinson. You know, they say music is timeless. If music is timeless, then the music of the Beatles is eternal. The Beatles told their story in music. The songs have been heard over and over again for almost 20 years. To fully appreciate all that the Beatles were, one must hear them speak, to articulate about their music, but more importantly about their generation and the times in which they lived. The most relaxed and comfortable interviews ever given by the Beatles were with Murray the K. Kaufman, whom the Beatles referred to as the Fifth Beatle. He was the king of the airways in New York City on radio station WINS in 1964, when the Beatles came to the USA. Murray the K was the first DJ to play their music and the first to interview them. The Beatles were utterly fascinated with his carefree approach. He became very close to them, and because he was the first American DJ to support their music, they had a very special attachment to him. Murray did his first show with the Beatles on WINS. Here are the four Beatles, John, George, Paul, and Ringo, with that fifth Beatle, Murray the K.
Hello, everybody. This is the Beatles on Murray the K's Swinging Soiree Show.
What you're about to hear happened in Miami. Ringo and I sitting on the beach, facing the water, and in a private section of a pool. And as we're making this conversation, there are about 1,000 people all gathered around and roped off by police watching us speak. Hey, Ring, wanted to ask, you know, you have become like the favorite of the American crowd here. Is there any reason you think for it? Is there one thing that you think they shout to you or tell to you that has made you, everybody wants to know, which one's Ringo, which one's Ringo?
I don't know, I can't understand it, you know. I just don't get it. You know, I can't see why they're shouting for me.
Do you think it is the difference of the name, the fact that you...
It may be, because a lot of people remember Ringo, you know, because the name stands out. I just don't know.
So everybody asks, which one's Ringo? Well, 15 months ago, just to get the story straight, and a story that hasn't been told, and we've been kidding around and with what's happening and all that, but I'd like them to get to know what really happened, what really touched off the spark, and how you fitted into the picture. What were you doing, let's say, a year and a half, 2 years ago?
Well, I've been playing with groups now since about 1960, you know, just playing, getting money, you know, working, and I met the Beatles in Germany when I was there with another group, and we used to have to work 12 hours between the two groups, you know, and we got to know each other pretty well. And we all came back to England, and their drummer was sick, so they asked me would I sit in, you know, just for a day or so till he got better. And I said yeah, and then I did that, and then I went with another group again, you know, and they got him back. And then he was sick again, and they came and asked me, you know. So every time he was sick, they just used to come and ask me to sit in, which I used to love it, you know, because they were a much better group than the one I was with. And then we had this job at a holiday camp in England where, you know, you play for 3 months, which is supposed to be the season, but there's never very much sun. And Brian Epstein phoned me up and said, would you like to join the Beatles, you know? He said, well, he phoned me up on a Tuesday and said, would you join the Beatles? I said, yeah. He said, well, can you get home tonight? And I said, I can't leave the other group just like that, you know. Must give a bit of notice. So I said, I'll be there Saturday. And then I arrived Saturday. We had about 2 hours rehearsal, and then we played that night, and we've been playing ever since. This was in August 1962.
This took place in New York when George was doing my show as a DJ from his bed. He was suffering a cold, and he was in bed in his hotel room, and he was taking over my show via the beeper phone. Well, George, so far you're doing very well as a disc jockey.
Thanks.
And you got some pretty good sounds there. You got some things lined up pretty good.
Murray, you got your Beatles sweatshirt.
Yeah, I got my Beatles sweatshirt. Did you see it?
Yeah, well, get rid of that cuckoo one you had on last night.
You mean the submarine race watches?
That's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you want me to wear the Beatle one?
Yeah.
Will you wear the submarine race watches, and I'll wear the Beatles?
Yeah, I've got mine on now.
You got your submarine race watches?
Yeah.
All right, well, that's good. You keep your submarine race watches. That goes very good with your sweat socks, too.
Yeah,
you wear
they're all
them,
sweaty.
Yeah, I got news for you.
What?
You got to wear them with Rat Fink sweat socks. You see, you wear your submarine race watching shirt with Rat Fink sweat socks, and we'll wear our Rat Fink sweat socks with the Beatles sweatshirts.
Yeah.
Okay, we're cool now.
Okay.
How do they conduct shows in England? I mean, what kind of disc jockeys do you have over there?
Oh, well, they're great, but, you know, it's sort of not as casual as in the States here.
It's sort of more...
And they wear ties, you see.
They wear ties. That's a drag,
and
man.
Yeah, and you don't get any BBC disc jockeys with ski pants and funny hats.
Yeah, well, of course. Well, that's true. But do you think I'd do any good over there in England if I came over with my ski pants and my funny hat?
Yeah, you go great.
Yeah?
Mind you, we got a mad fella over there called Jimmy Savile.
Jimmy Savile?
Yeah, and he carries a big bag of tricks around with him, and he's got bleached blonde hair.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd bleach my hair blonde, baby, but I'd carry around a bag of tricks. I don't mind that.
Travels around on a chariot.
On a chariot?
Yeah.
Well, that's snappy.
Yeah.
That's sporty, baby. Here we go around with a jag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I tell you fellas have got to learn something before you leave the States. If you really want to, you know, go over with the girls, you don't ask, you know, if a pretty girl walks by, you don't have to start a normal conversation. What you usually say when you see a pretty girl is... You think you could learn that, George?
Well, I think the girl would have gone by the time you finished saying that.
No, baby, that's what she knows. That's what's happening. See, here in New York, that's the call of the submarine race watcher. That means that you're a happening. The famous truth after the Walter Winchell story that Paul had been married. Paul and Murray the K on the telephone from England. Hiya, Paul. How are you?
Okay, thanks, baby.
Everything happening, baby?
Well, yes, it is.
Well, listen, first of all, I want to tell you it's good speaking to you. I spoke to George earlier today, and of course everybody here in the country is going absolutely ape. The girls have been screaming at the closed-circuit telecast yesterday. All I heard then when I walked out on stage is one question, and they won't be satisfied till I hear it from you. Are you married?
Me?
Yes.
No. I don't know how this story's got around, Murray. But I mean, you know, newspapermen have been asking me for months here. It's completely untrue.
Right.
You know, it's completely, it's a lie, in fact.
And none of that jazz about you being married or the engagement or anything like that?
Nothing. I've got a girlfriend, that's all.
You got a girlfriend?
That's all.
That's fine. I asked Paul what kind of girls the Beatles like best.
I think mainly most of us like girls with longish hair. You know, that seems to be something we've always liked anyway. We like quietish girls, but reasonably intelligent ones. You know, I can't stand girls who are sort of very stupid, you know, and do stupid things. That's just our taste, you know. We like girls to have a bit of intelligence. You know, not clever, but just a bit sensible. And actually, most of the people that write to us are like that anyway. I wish I could get to meet them all. Marvelous. Yeah, you know, that's generally what we like in girls. And good looks, of course.
Paul and Murray the K in Miami.
Well, I want to say goodbye to you. That's why I had you come over.
Where are you going, Murray?
I'm going back to New York.
You're not really, are you?
Yeah, really am. Unless you want to call...
The sun's blazing down.
Yeah, but you want to call up my station and say, man, we've done exclusives for Wins. How about doing an exclusive for you and keep Murray the K down here?
Murray. What station was yours?
I don't know. How come you put me on when you put me on like you put me on?
I'm not putting you on when I put you on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, we would like to thank, you know, your station for really doing things for us. We really appreciate it. It's been marvellous.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you over in London. I think Brian may bring me over with a little gig over there.
It's great. I hope he does, you know.
And I'm looking forward. I'm really going to miss you.
Oh, well, Murray, babe. We're going to miss you, too.
We were next door neighbours for a few days.
Yeah, we'll see you when you get to England, though, you know. Should have a good time. Excuse me, I'm out of breath. I've just been having a little swim.
Are you having a ball?
Yeah, great time.
Did you enjoy the boat ride?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that
fantastic.
Okay, babe.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney of the Beatles. Goodbye,
Murray.
buddy.
See you.
Hey, baby, it's Murray the K with the Beatles, and we're talking to you from London, England, where it's all happening over here.
Right about now, I would like to bring on somebody for you. Want to tell you that, ask you to help me make this introduction. I'd like to say a name, and I'd like you to repeat the name. And then when we get through, we'll all add it up, and we'll have some fun for you. Are you ready? Let me say it first. You repeat it after me. John!
Happening here, baby, at Wembley Stadium in England, where the Beatles are really taking over the NME Poll Winners concert. on the set of Hard Day's Night in London, England.
We're out in the field where the boys are running around at Twickenham Studios. It's actually a location of a large field, and they're doing various shots. The boys falling down on the ground and the whole bit. John's going to a luncheon with muddy shoes. John, tell me, baby. Tell me. Hey, Ring.
What's happening, baby?
Everything's happening.
It's all happening. How are you doing?
All right.
It's cold, isn't it?
Yeah, a little cold here. That's the last thing you said to me in Miami. You just come there, I want to show you the people and the buildings.
Well, there's a lot of people
but
there, a lot of grass. Never any